Hello everyone, this is Al Red Sox Fan coming to you from Al Red Sox Fan YouTube station. Hope all is well on this Wednesday evening. And we're going to bring you some action PC baseball. My retro replay of 1966. The Boston Red Sox visiting the Baltimore Orioles at Memorial Stadium. Retro time, August 27th, 1966. Night game, 84 degrees, clear sky, winds blowing 2 miles per hour in from left field, and a light rain. Keep the players a bit cool. The Red Sox are in a bit of a slump. No longer is it mid-May, early May, when they were only 3.5 games behind the Orioles, battling for first place. They've now fallen out of the pennant chase, but still have a great opportunity to finish 500 or better. The Red Sox are 65 wins and 68 losses. Baltimore in the thick of it at 75 wins and 52 losses. Let's get to the lineups here, as we have good friend Max Cornelius in the chat. How are you, my friend? Hope all is well. For Boston, playing left field, due to the left-handed pitcher, is going to be Thomas. Yastrzemski will have the day off for now. Then we have at short Casco, batting second. Batting third, the center fielder, Don Demeter. Batting fourth, Tony C. Tony Calignero in right field. Batting fifth, the Boomer, George Boomer Scott at first base. Batting sixth, Joel Foy at third base. Batting seventh, Ryan, the catcher. And batting eighth, the second baseman, George Smith. Doing the pitching, Lee Stange. Stange has a record of 12 wins and 8 losses in this retro replay with a 2.82 earned run average. Now for the hometown Baltimore Orioles. Luis Aparicio leading off, playing shortstop. Snyder's in center field, batting second. Frank Robinson's in right field. And batting third. Batting fourth, Brooks Robinson, the human vacuum cleaner, at third. Boo Powell batting fifth at first base. Belfry's in left field, batting sixth. Johnson's playing second base. It's not Davy Johnson, if you're thinking of that. It is Bob Johnson. And Haney is doing the catching, batting eighth. And the pitcher is Frank Bertiana. So far on this retro replay, 4 wins, 2 losses with 1 save. Earned run average 2.27. He's a lefty. Let's see how the Red Sox can do against him. Max Cornelius says he's doing well, and I'm also doing well. Thank you, Max. So let's enjoy the ball game here. Again, the Red Sox 3 games behind 500 on a 3-game losing streak. I've played many games offline. I felt I'm going to give you a game from 1966 and my beloved Boston Red Sox. So George Thomas comes to plate. He's batting .305 in this retro replay. 6 home runs and 15 runs driven in. Patera gets the sign from Haney. Here's the pitch to Thomas. Thomas hits the ball hard back at Patera, and he muffs it. That's going to be an E on Patera. Thomas will reach safely at first. 4 out of 10 base running ability. He'll be held on by Boo Powell. So the Red Sox get their first runner on via the error. Here comes Eddie Casco. He's batting .267 in the replay. 1 home run, 4 RBIs. 6 out of 10 hit and run. I think we're going to play a little hit and run ball here. The windup and the pitch to Casco. Hit and run on. The swing and the miss, and they throw out Thomas. Oh, so on the 2-0 count, Casco swings and misses. So bases are empty. 1 out. Casco 2-1 count, as I stated. Bertena gets the sign from Haney. He delivers the pitch to Casco. And Casco walks. So 1 out, 1 on, and here comes Don Demeter. 293 in the retro replay. 10 home runs, 45 runs driven in. Haney goes through the signs. Retaina nods his head. Here's the pitch to Demeter. They throw over to first. Casco gets back. That was a close play. Casco was leaning. Powell once again holds him on. Patera looks to first. Now in at Haney. Here's the pitch to Demeter. And Demeter singles to left field. So station to station go the Red Sox. And it's first and second with one out. How big was that runner being thrown out, Thomas, on a failed hit and run? But here comes Tony C. Tony Caligliaro hitting .277, 24 home runs and 81 runs driven in. Right-handed batter. One out, two on. Here's the pitch to Caligliaro. Caligliaro grounds to Robinson, who's only plays the Powell at first. 2 down, runners advance. Casco's now at third, Demeter's now at second. And at the plate, the boomer, George Scott. 242 in the retro replay, 17 home runs and 54 runs driven in. Chance to give the Red Sox an early lead here against the Orioles at Memorial Stadium. Retaina toes the rubber, gets the sign from Haney. Here's the pitch to Scott. And he strikes the boomer out. The Red Sox threaten but do not score. To the cheers of the Baltimore faithful here at Memorial Stadium, we go to the bottom of the first. No score. 2 up for the Orioles. Aparicio, Snyder, and Robinson. That's Frank Robinson. If anyone gets on, Brooks Robinson. So here comes little Louis Aparicio. Aparicio batting .285, 7 home runs, 49 runs driven in. Excellent bunt man. 8 out of 10. Corners will move in for the Red Sox. Foy in at third, Scott in at first. Outfield straightaway and normal. The Stange, I think I was calling him Stangy. The Stange on the mound. In the retro replay, he's outperformed so far. In the real season, he was 7-9. He's already 12-8, and his ERA is much lower, 2.82. Aparicio's ready. Here is the pitch by Stange. Grounder to Casco. He fires to first, and it's in time. Excellent stretch by Scott. 1 down. Now stepping the plate, Russ Snyder. Orioles center fielder batting .322, 1 home run, 35 runs driven in. Left-handed batter. Stange gets the sign from Ryan. Here's the pitch to Snyder. Hard ground ball past Foy into left field. He goes the other way for a 1-out single. 5 out of 10 base running ability. Scott will be holding him on, and the very dangerous Frank Robinson comes to the plate. .304 batting average, 39 round trippers, 96 runs driven in for the Orioles. Red Sox want to turn 2 with Casco and Smith up the middle. Stange looks in, nods his head. Here's the pitch to Robinson. That's a ground ball to Foy, and now it's going to be 2. Side retired as that went Foy to Smith to Scott. We go to the top of the second. No score here. 2 up for the Red Sox. Joe Foy, Mike Ryan, and George Smith. So here's Foy, batting .300, 11 home runs and 51 runs driven in. Right-handed batting third baseman. Retaina toes the rubber, looks in at Haney, nods his head. Here's the pitch to Foy, and Foy works a walk. Foy 5 out of 10 base running ability. Boog Powell holding him on, and here comes Mike Ryan. Ryan .235 on the retro replay. No home runs, 16 RBIs. 5 out of 10 hit and run. We're not going to do that. he's actually going to take. Ball 1. He'll take again. Ball 2. Ryan basically put his bat on his shoulder. Here's the pitch by Pertena. Strike 1. 2 balls, 1 strike. Now we're going to put the hit and run on. No outs. Foy's at first, being held on by Powell. Ryan digs in. Pertena looks to first. Now in at Haney. Here's the pitch. Hit and run. And again, the swing and the miss. And Haney throws out Foy. He's thrown out 2 Red Sox on failed hit and run attempts. I mean, his arm is 3 out of 10. I figure it's a pretty good shot there. Ryan doesn't make contact, though, so it's a 2-2 count. Base is clear now. 1 out. Pertena takes a deep breath out on that mound. The windup and the pitch. Ryan swings and lines out to Boog Powell for out number 2. Stepping to the plate, Red Sox second baseman George Smith. Batting below 200, 189 with 3 home runs, 28 runs driven in. He'll take. Here's the pitch by Pertena. Strike 1. At the knees, the fastball. Smith didn't like that call. Smith gets back in the batter's box. He awaits the Pertena offering, and here it is. He swings, grounds to Aparicio, who fires to Powell. Side retired. We go to the bottom of the second. Still scoreless here at Memorial Stadium. Due up for the Baltimore Orioles. Brooks Robinson, Boog Powell, and Belfry. Max Cornelius in the chat says those Orioles teams had a great pitching staff. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. So here comes Brooks Robinson, the human vacuum cleaner, the third baseman. 269 batting average, 22 home runs, 92 runs driven in. We'll attempt to get him to reach here. The pitch around. Stange gets the sign from Ryan. He sets and delivers to Robinson. And Robinson works a walk. He did not chase on the 3-2 count. Cutter was down and away. Baltimore fans trying to rev up their team. Runner at first, no outs. Boog Powell steps to the plate. Power hitting first baseman. 321 batting average. He has an excellent eye. 36 home runs, 85 runs driven in. This is the Orioles' version of Murderer's Row with Frank Robinson, Brooks Robinson, and Boog Powell. Red Sox would love to turn 2 here. With Casco and Smith up the middle. The windup and the pitch by Stange. And that's a fly ball to Demeter in center. He makes the catch. Out number 1. Brooks Robinson retreats back to first base. 1 out, 1 on. Here comes Kurt Belfry. I think I call him Belfry all the time. 333 batting average, 19 home runs, 62 runs driven in. Left-handed batter. Again, the Red Sox looking to turn 2 up the middle. Stange looks to first. Scott holding Robinson on. Now in at right. Nods his head. Here's the pitch to Belfry. Ground ball to Casco. His only plays to Scott. 2 down. Brooks Robinson advances to second base. He's in scoring position for the Orioles' second baseman, Bob Johnson, hitting .328, 1 home run, and 15 runs driven in. On deck is the catcher, Haney. He's only batting .087. We're going to intentionally walk Johnson to get to Haney, who's batting below 100. So 2 on, 2 outs. Here comes Larry Haney, batting .087, no home runs, 3 RBIs. Red Sox and Lee Stange need to get this out here. Bottom of the second, no score. Stange is ready to work. Here's the pitch to Haney. Ground ball to Casco, over to Scott. Side retired, so the intentional walk works. We go to the top of the third, still scoreless here at Memorial Stadium. 2 up for the Boston Red Sox. The pitcher, Lee Stange. On the top of the order, Thomas and Casco. Stange batting .143 with 3 RBIs. He'll be taking. Here's the pitch by Pertena. Strike 1. Stange is ready to take that bat off his shoulder now. Pertena gets the sign. Here's the pitch to Stange. Ground ball back to Pertena, who throws the power. One away. It's been a pitcher's duel so far early in this game. And now here comes a leadoff batter, George Thomas. He's 0 for 1 today. Grounded to the pitcher, but he reached on the error. Lefty-righty matchup for Pertena. Haney pounds the mitt, sets the target. Here's the pitch to Thomas. Thomas swings and sends a deep fly ball to left center field, but Snyder tracks it down for out number 2. Thomas gave it a pretty good ride, but just a long, loud out. So with 2 outs, no one on, the shortstop Eddie Casco comes to the plate. He walked his first time up. Pertena's ready to work. Here's the pitch to Casco. Casco grounds to Brooks Robinson. Inning over. Go to the bottom of the third, still scoreless here at Memorial Stadium. 2 up for the Baltimore Orioles. The pitcher, Pertena. In the top of the order, Aparicio and Snyder. Lee Stange gets the sign from Ryan. Here's the pitch to his counterpart, Pertena. Ground ball to Smith, over to Scott. 1 down. So Pertena grounds out to second. Top of the order, Louis Aparicio comes to the plate. He's 0 for 1. Red Sox will bring their corners in. Foy in at third. Scott in at first. The windup and the pitch to Aparicio. Ground ball to Foy, who throws to Scott. So Foy was in on the grass. Aparicio hit it hard to him. Foy made the play look easy. So 2 outs. And here comes the center fielder, Russ Snyder. He's 1 for 1. He singled in the first. Looking to extend the inning here in the bottom of the third. No score. Stange done rubbing up the baseball. Puts it in his glove. Back up on the hill. Toes the rubber. Nods his head. Here's the pitch to Snyder. Ground ball to Casco, over to Scott. Inning over. We go to the top of the fourth. Still scoreless here at Memorial Stadium. 2 up for the Boston Red Sox. Don Demeter, Tony Caligiero, and George the Boomer Scott. Demeter is 1 for 1. He singled to left in the first inning. He'll be taking the first pitch. Here it is by Pertena. Strike 1 in there with the fastball. Paints the inside corner. Demeter grumbles a bit. So it counts no balls, 1 strike. Haney sets the target. Here's the pitch to Don Demeter. Demeter grounds that ball foul down the right field line. Pertena in the driver's seat, 0-2 on Don Demeter. Haney flashes the fingers. The windup and the pitch. Demeter swings, grounds to Brooks Robinson, who fires Powell for out number 1. And in the chat, we have another good friend of the channel, Stratomatic Delaware. Check out his channel. That's Stratomatic Delaware with Chris. Absolutely awesome card and dice channel. He has a doubleheader video up on there now. I was there, lucky enough to join the second game live and in the chat. It's always fun if you can join them live and in the chat. It's always a wonderful time. But check that out, Stratomatic Delaware. So Tony Caligiero comes to the plate, 0 for 1 today. Grounded to third. 1 out, no one on. The windup and the pitch by Pertena. Caligiero works the walk. Caligiero, 5 out of 10 base runner. Powell holding him on, and here comes George the Boomer Scott. He struck out his first time up with runners at second and third and 2 outs. Scott looking to make amends for that. Pertena looks to first. Now in at Haney. Here's the pitch to the Boomer. Scott swings and he singles to left field. Blayferry will get to the ball, and Tony C will hold at second. Only a 42% chance of making it safely to third. He will stay put. So 2 on, 1 out, and here comes Joe Foy. Foy walked his first time up in the second inning. Chance to put the Red Sox out ahead. Orioles looking to turn 2 up the middle with Aparicio and Johnson. Foy digs in. He awaits the Bertana offering, and here it is. Foy swings, slow grounded to Johnson. His only plays to flip it to Powell at first. So there's 2 downs, but Calignero advances to third, Scott to second, and here comes the catcher, Mike Ryan. Ryan is 0 for 1. He lined to first to end. No, I'm sorry, he lined to first in the second inning. RBI opportunity here for Ryan. Runners will be off on contact. Scott will have a good chance from scoring from second. Haney goes through the signs. Bertana nods his head. Haney sets the target. Here's the pitch to Mike Ryan. Ryan grounds back to Bertana, but no! It's an error! Calignero scores. Bertana could not make the play. That's his second error of the game. So 1-0 Red Sox on the Bertana error. Runners on the corners with 2 outs, and here comes the number 8 batter, George Smith. He's 0 for 1. Red Sox need to take advantage of this opportunity here. Bertana very visibly upset with himself on the mound. Throws the rosin bag down. Steps up on the hill. He toes the rubber. He looks to first, then to third. Now in at Haney, the catcher. Here's the pitch to Smith. The ground ball to Brooks Robinson, goes the short way to Johnson. At second, force out, side retired. We go to the bottom of the 4th, 1-0 Boston. As the organ is trying to rev up the Orioles and their fans here, and due up in the bottom of the 4th, Brooks Robinson, Frank Robinson, and Boog Powell. As Stratomatic Delaware says, that is a run, go Sox. Yes, go Red Sox. Here comes Frank Robinson. He's 0 for 1 today. He grounded to third. Knocked into a double play, actually. Stange has to pitch very careful to Robinson. Takes a deep breath. He sets and delivers. Robinson swings. It's a pop-up to short. Casco calls for it, makes the catch. 1 away. Robinson's been retired twice now. Hopefully that'll hold up if you're a Red Sox fan. Here comes Brooks Robinson, the human vacuum cleaner. He walked his first time up, and they pitched carefully to him. Stange looks in at Ryan. Nods his head. The windup and the pitch to Brooks Robinson. Ground ball to Casco. He fires to Scott for out number 2. Casco's been a busy beaver at short. So with 2 outs, another dangerous batter, Boog Powell, steps to the plate. The man with 36 home runs in this retro replay. 85 runs driven in to go with his .320 batting average. He's 0 for 1 today. Fly to center in the second. Left-handed power hitter. Again, Stange with a deep breath. Ryan sets the target. Here's the pitch to Powell. Ground ball to Smith, over to Scott. 1, 2, 3 go the Orioles. We go to the top of the 5th, and his pitchers duel 1-0 Boston here at Memorial Stadium. Due up for the 1966 Boston Red Sox. The pitcher, Lee Stange. Then the top of the order, George Thomas, Eddie Casco. Here comes Lee Stange to the plate. He's 0 for 1. Bertana's ready to work. Here's the pitch to Stange. Stange swings, grounds it to Robinson at third, and throws him out. 1 away. And now, George Thomas, leadoff batter, 0 for 2 today. Thomas reached in the first on the error, the first error by Bertana, the pitcher, then fly deep to left center in the third. Haney flashes the finger, sets the target. Here's the pitch to Thomas. Thomas nubs it to Haney, who throws to Powell for out number 2. It's a swinging bunt there. So 2 down, no one on, and here comes the shortstop, Eddie Casco. Walked in the first, grounded out in the third. The windup and the pitch by Bertana. Casco swings, and that is a hard hit ball right back up the middle. A 2-out single for Eddie Casco. He is on first base, 5 out of 10 base runner. And Don Demeter comes to the plate. Red Sox center fielder, 1 for 2 today. Singled in the first, grounded out in the fourth. Demeter has 10 home runs. Love to get number 11 here. Casco will be off on contact with 2 outs. Bertana looks to first. Now in at the catcher. Here's the pitch to Demeter. Demeter swings, and that's a single to left field, and Casco running on contact goes first to third. Runners on the corners with 2 outs for Tony Caligiero. Tony see a chance for an RBI here. Casco 90 feet away. He's 0 for 1. Grounded out in the first and walked in the fourth. Tony C, 24 home runs, 81 runs driven in with his .276 batting average. He awaits the Bertana offering, and here it is. Caligiero works his second walk. Bases are now loaded with 2 outs. They pitch very carefully to Tony C. And here comes George, the boomer Scott. Scott 1 for 2. Struck out in the first and singled in the fourth. No place to put the boomer. Runners will be off on contact with 2 outs. Haney goes out to have a word with Bertana. It's met by Robinson and Powell on the mound. Umpire comes out from behind the plate and says, "Break it up, fellas." And they do. Players go back to their positions. Bertana's ready to work. Looks in at Haney. Nods his head. Here's the pitch to Scott. Scott swings, grounds it to Powell, makes a diving play, tails to the bag himself, saving 2 runs. That ball was slated for down the right field line, but the diving stop by Boo Powell, and the out at first retires the side. We go to the bottom of the 5th, and the Red Sox squandered an opportunity there. Outstanding web gem by Boo Powell. 1-0 Boston. 2 up for the Baltimore Orioles. Belfry, Johnson, and Haney to face Lee Stange. Stange is up to 50 pitches. He's good for 130. He's only given up 1 hit. So, Belfry, 0 for 1, left-handed batter. Ryan sets the target. Here's the pitch by Stange. Ground ball to Smith, over to Scott, 1 down. Lee Stange is in the zone, folks. And now here comes Bob Johnson. He was intentionally walked in the second to get to Haney. And then they got Haney out to retire the side. Stange rubbing up the baseball. Light rain here in this evening game at Memorial Stadium. Stange takes that deep breath, toes that rubber, looks in at Ryan. He's ready to work. Here's the pitch to Johnson. Johnson swings, it's a pop-up. Floyd calls for it at third, and that's out number 2. Red Sox throw the ball around the infield. Here comes Larry Haney. He of the Herman Munster hair, it looks like, under that cap. Haney's 0 for 1. Grounded to short. To end a Baltimore threat in the second. Stange looks in. Nods his head. Here's the pitch to Haney. It's a strikeout. They drop the ball, and Ryan throws to Scott at first. Side retired. We go to the top of the 6th. 1-0 Boston. 2 up for the Red Sox. Floyd, Ryan, and Smith to face Frank Bertana. He's up to 96 pitches. He's good for 120. He's only given up 1 run on 4 hits. But Lee Stange has given up no runs on 1 hit. So here comes Joe Foy, 0 for 1. He has walked and grounded out. The windup and the pitch by Bertena. Foy swings, grounds it to Aparicio, and it goes off his glove. Wow, a rare error by Luis Aparicio. So that is the third Baltimore Orioles error. Bertena has 2, now Aparicio has 1, and Joe Foy is at first base. The Red Sox must take advantage of these opportunities. Powell holding him on. Here comes Mike Ryan. Ryan's 0 for 2. He'll be taking. Here's the pitch by Bertena. Ball 1. We're going to try our third hit and run. Maybe the third time's a charm. The first 2 were very unsuccessful. Here's the pitch to Ryan. Hit and run on. And that's a deep fly ball to left center field, but Snyder tracks it down at the warning track. And quickly getting back to first base is Joe Foy. So Ryan gave it a ride. It looked like a gap shot, but Snyder tracked it down. So 1 out, 1 on. Here comes George Smith. Red Sox second baseman, 0 for 2. He has grounded out twice. Bertena looks to Powell at first. Foy doesn't look like he's going anywhere. Now in at Haney. Here's the pitch to Smith. Smith works a walk. That was low. Ball 4. And that is Bertena's 5th walk today. So 2 on, 1 out. Here comes Lee Stange. He's 0 for 2. The infield corners have moved in. They expect a bunt from Stange. With 1 out. And I'm going to hope that Stange actually slaps this ball by either Robinson or Powell. The windup and the pitch by Bertena. Stange swings. It's a ground ball to Aparicio, and he bangs into a double play. Side retired. So that went Aparicio to Johnson to Powell. He banged the ball too hard to the shortstop. We go to the bottom of the 6th, still 1-0. Boston, 2 up for the Baltimore Orioles. The pitcher, Bertena, then Aparicio and Snyder. Bertena's 0 for 1. Lee Stange back out on the mound. He's only thrown 58 pitches. He's been quite economical. He's only given up 1 hit. Here's the pitch to Bertena. Ground ball to Smith, over to Scott. Some anxious moments here in the stands as with each passing out, the fans are getting tighter and tighter. The Orioles are in a pennant race. The Red Sox have fallen out of it. But they're still hoping to be 500 or better for their 66th season. Here comes Luis Aparicio. He's 0 for 2. He's grounded out twice. The Red Sox will bring their corners in. Foy in at third. Scott in at first. The windup and the pitch to Luis Aparicio. And he lines out to the leaping George Scott. Scott drawn in. Aparicio smashes a high line drive and a cat-like quickness by the big man at first for out number 2. As Stratomatic Delaware says, "Come on, Stange, hold together." We're all hoping that. Remember to check out Stratomatic Delaware and Chris, wonderful card and dice sports channel, baseball, hockey, football, golf, and his wonderful, witty, fun personality. That's Stratomatic Delaware and Chris. And Max Cornelius says, "Nice plays, Scott." Yes, it was. So with 2 outs, base is empty. Russ Snyder comes to the plate. Orioles center fielder, 1 for 2. Singled in the first, grounded out to short in the third. Again, Stange looking for a 1-2-3 inning. Righty-lefty matchup here. Stange takes that deep breath. Again, light rain falling here at Memorial Stadium. Now he's ready to work. Here's the pitch to Snyder. Ground ball to Scott. He flips to Stange. Out number 3. We go to the top of the 7th. And as in many 1966 Red Sox games that I've managed, it's close. It's 1-0 Boston. Hopefully we can hold on to the lead. Top of the order for the Red Sox. Thomas, then Casco and Demeter. Bertana back out on the mound. He's at 112 pitches. He's good for 120. We're going to try to work him through this inning. He has pitched masterfully, whatever. He's pitched good. Can't say the word. 1 run, 4 hits. Thomas is 0 for 3. He awaits the Bertana offering. Here's the pitch. Thomas checks his swing. He walks. Thomas almost chased that high pitch, but he didn't. So a leadoff walk. And here comes Eddie Casco, and we're not hitting a run. We have failed 3 times on hitting runs. So Casco, 1 for 2. I don't want to try hit and run again. He walked in the first, grounded to third in the third, and lined a single up the middle in the 5th. Casco will take the first pitch. Bertana throws a strike in there, right down the middle. Oh boy, Casco would like to have that one back. So it counts no balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch to Casco. Grounds to Powell, and his only play is the first. Powell takes it to the bag himself. Thomas advances into scoring position at second. Huge insurance run here with the Red Sox leading 1-0. Thomas, a 4 out of 10 base running ability. Don Demeter comes to plate. He's having a day, 2 for 3. He singled in the first, singled in the 5th, sandwiched in between a ground out in the 4th. RBI opportunity for Don Demeter. Bertana now at 118 pitches. This could be his last batter. Haney goes out to have a quick word, now back behind the plate. He squats down, pounds the mitt, sets the target. Here's the pitch to Demeter. Demeter swings, and that is a single to right field. Robinson coming in hard. We have a 67% chance of Thomas scoring. Robinson has a 7 arm against Thomas' 4 running ability, and that looks pretty shallow to me. 67%, I don't think it's really that. We're gonna hold him and have runners on the corners with 1 out, and Tony Colignero comes to the plate. Don't want to get a runner thrown out at the plate. As Stratomatic Delaware said, "Go!" We held him. So Tony C comes to the plate. 0 for 1. He's walked twice and grounded out. Bertana's up to 125 now. Let's see if the Orioles will go to their pen. Colignero will be swinging away. Here's the pitch, and Colignero hits it hard, but right at Aparicio for out number 2. Quickly getting back to the base bags are Thomas and Demeter. Oh, Colignero thought he had an RBI there. So now with 2 outs, runners on the corners, and here comes George the Boomer Scott. He's 1 for 3. Tony C hit that ball on the button, but right at Luis Aparicio. Scott struck out in the first, singled in the 4th, and grounded out in the 5th. RBI opportunity for the Boomer. Bertana's now up to 128 pitches. He's in the red. Haney goes through the signs. They're not on the same page. Bertana wants him to go through again. Now he's ready. Here's the pitch to Scott. And Scott walks. The bases are now loaded. And Joe Foy comes to the plate. No place to put Joe Foy. Foy's 0 for 2. That's his 7th walk of this game. He's walked 7, only struck out 1. But he's been able to pitch around all the walks. Red Sox have not made him pay yet. They've only put up 1 run. Thanks to Lee Stange and the Red Sox defense, the Orioles have put up none. So Foy's ready. Bertana's still on the mound. Foy grounds to Johnson, throws to Powell. The Red Sox squander a tremendous opportunity. They had bases low. They had runners on the corners with 1 out. Colignero lines out to Aparicio. Then bases loaded with 2 outs, and Foy grounds out to Johnson. We go to the bottom of the 7th. The Red Sox cling by their fingernails to a 1-run lead here in Baltimore at Memorial Stadium, due up for the Orioles. Frank Robinson, Brooks Robinson, and Boop Powell. Stange throwing a 1-hitter. He's only thrown 69 pitches. Now he'll face the Orioles' version of Murderer's Row. Frank Robinson, 303, 39 home runs, 96 runs driven in this retro replay. As Stratomatic Delaware reminds me that we have to sing Take Me Out to the Ball Game. So, take me out to the ball game, take me out to the crowd, buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever go back, for it's root for the home team. If they lose, it's a shame, for it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. That's for you, Chris in Stratomatic, Delaware. And Max Cornelius. Alrighty. Robinson's 0 for 2. The Orioles fans think he's due. He has grounded out and popped out. Again, Stange with the light rain falling. Takes that deep breath. Looks in at Ryan. Here's the pitch to Robinson. And that is going to be a double to left field. So, they cannot hold Frank Robinson in check here in the bottom of the 7th. A leadoff double for Frank. He's the tying run at second base. And here comes Brooks Robinson. Robinson 0 for 1, Brooks that is. Walked in the 2nd, grounded to short in the 4th. Chance to tie the ball game up here. Again, Stange looks back towards 2nd. Smith bluffs towards the bag. Robinson goes back. Now Stange looks in at Ryan. Here's the pitch to Brooks Robinson. Pop up. Scott calls for it at first. Out number 1. So he kept Brooks Robinson off balance, was able to make him pop up. So 1 down, Boop Powell comes to the plate. Blaffery's on deck. Powell's 0 for 2. Powell on the year, 319, 36 home runs, 85 runs driven in. I think we're going to go pitch mode. We're going to go aggressive on the first pitch. Here's the pitch to Powell. Strike 1. Okay, strike 1. I don't normally go pitch mode, but every once in a while when you're the weaker team, you have to go pitch mode. I do it a lot when I'm not recording, but usually when I record, I don't. So no balls, 1 strike. Let's see if we can get him to chase now. Go pitch around. Ryan sets the target. Stange sets and delivers. No, Powell does not chase. He has a really good eye. 1 ball, 1 strike. Stange toes the rubber. The windup and the pitch to Powell. That's a deep fly ball to Calignero. He makes the catch. He fires towards 3rd. Foy applies the tag, but not in time. So there's 2 outs now. Robinson is 90 feet away and Blaffery steps to the plate. He is 0 for 2. He's grounded out twice. On deck, Johnson. Johnson batting 325. Stange up to 76 pitches. Again, we'll go pitch mode. Gonna go try to get him to chase on the first pitch. Stange sets and delivers to Blaffery. Ball 1. Robinson was come charging down the line there. 1 ball, no strikes. We're going to go aggressive. Ryan flashes the fingers. Stange nods his head. The windup and the pitch. Strike! Fastball at the knees. 1 ball, 1 strike. Try to give him a chase now. Stange ready to work. Fly ball deep down the right field line. Caligiero runs out of room. It goes foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Tying run at third, Frank Robinson. Again, Stange takes that deep breath. We're going to look for that pitch around. Try to get Blafree to chase. Ryan pounds the mitt. Now he puts the target up. Here's the pitch to Blafree. Ball 2. He does not chase. It was just high. 2-2 count. Stange up to 80 pitches. Rubs up the baseball. Steps back up on the hill. Another deep breath. The windup and the pitch by Stange. Ripped foul down the right field line. Count stays 2-2. Stange gets a new ball from the umpire. Robinson's at third. 2 outs. 2 balls, 2 strikes, deuces wild. The windup and the pitch to Blafree. Ball 3. 3-2 count. On Dex Johnson. 1-0 Boston. Stange throwing a 2-hitter. He's ready to work. The windup and the pitch to Blafree. He strikes him out! He strikes him out! Robinson is stranded at third. Stange comes bounding off the mound. The Red Sox, with a little jump in their step, go back to the dugout. We go to the top of the 8th. Boston 1, Baltimore nothing. Looks like Bertaina's back out on the mound for the Orioles. Up to 136 pitches, he'll face Ryan Smith and the pitcher Stange. Mike Ryan, the catcher, is 0 for 3. What a huge pitching performance by Stange. Max Cornelius in the chat says, nice. Stratomatic Delaware, great job. Go Red Sox. So Mike Ryan 0 for 3. He'll be taking. Ball 1, he'll take again. Ball 2. Ryan can put the bat on his shoulder. Haney pounds that mitt a few times. Shows the target. Here's the pitch by Bertaina. Strike. He got his attention there. So it's 2-1 count. It's a hitter's count for Mike Ryan. Bertaina is at 139. So their pitching staff must be tired to keep him in this. But he's not pitched bad. He's only given up one run on 5 hits. 2 balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch to Ryan. And that's a hard ground ball foul down the right field line. 2-2 count. Bertaina now up to 140 pitches. He must feel like his arm's going to fall off. Again, Ryan digs in. He awaits the Bertaina offering. Here it is. Ryan swings, grounded to Powell. He takes it to the first base bag himself. Out number 1, and now the Orioles go to their bullpen. Dick Hall goes out to the mound. In the retro replay, 3 wins, 1 loss, 2 saves, 3.12 earned run average. In actuality, 6 wins, 2 losses, 7 saves for the whole year of '66, 3.95. He's a right-handed pitcher. And George Smith comes to plate. He's 0 for 2, and Smith will be called back for Dalton Jones. The left-handed batting second baseman will be coming in. Dalton Jones will come in, pinch hit, and stay in to play second. Dalton Jones on the season. In the retro replay, 240, 9 home runs, 39 runs driven in. Hopefully Jones can get a hold of one, the youngster. Righty-lefty matchup. Hall's done with his warm-up tosses. Jones steps to the batter's box. Haney sets the target. Here's the pitch to Jones. That's a line out to Johnson. Oh boy, the Red Sox have hit the ball quite hard in this game, but they only have 1 run to show for it. And now here comes Lee Stange. He's only thrown 83 pitches. He's throwing a 2-hitter. We're gonna let him hit. We're gonna let him hit. We're gonna let him hit. Stange, he's ready to grip and rip and try to help his own cause. The windup and the pitch by Hall. Stange pops it up to Aparicio at short. So there's two. That's out number 3. Excuse me, I missed it out. I apologize for that. So that's 3 outs. We go to the bottom of the 8th. 1-0 Boston. Trying to get back to that 500 mark. Right now they stand at 65 and 68, 3 games under. The Orioles 75 and 52. The Orioles are in the thick of it in the pennant race. Dalton Jones will play second base as he pinched hit for Smith. And here comes Bob Johnson. 0 for 1. Johnson was intentionally walked in the 2nd and popped out in the 5th. Ryan had a quick word with Stange after the warm-up tosses. He's ready. Johnson's ready. Here's the pitch. Johnson sends that ball. Oh, and it just keeps going out to left. Home run. A leadoff homer in the bottom of the 8th, and we have a tie ball game 1-1. Stange and myself hang our heads. As Thomas started to go back and just stopped and looked, the ball just kept carrying. Johnson ties it up. Home run. Stange has to get out of his mind now. Here comes Haney. Orioles catcher's 0 for 2 and only batting .083. Stange composes himself, takes a deep breath, gets a sign from Ryan. Here's the pitch to Haney. And that's a single to right. And a pinch runner's come in, Paul Blair. He is the go-ahead run at first. No outs. The pitcher, Dick Hall, comes to the plate. He's probably going to sacrifice. We're going to keep Stange in for this one batter. Stange throws to first. Blair gets back. Stange throws to first again, and Blair gets back. Fans getting a little irritated with Stange trying to keep Blair close. Scott holding him on. The boos coming down from the stands. 1-1 ball game here. Thanks to the home run by Johnson to lead off the inning. Stange looks to first. Now in at Ryan. Here's the pitch to Hall. Nope. They're going to do a pinch. So they come with a pinch hitter. I thought they were going to let Hall bunt. No outs. Instead, he's called back. Sam Bowens steps to the plate. Sam Bowens on the retro replay, 209, 5 home runs, 28 RBIs. Red Sox look to pinch that middle with Casco and Dalton Jones. Stange, 87 pitches. Stange takes a deep breath. I take a deep breath. Here's the pitch to Bowens. It's a bunt. Stange throws to first. Jones covering on the wheel play, and they get the out. But Blair's in scoring position, and here comes Luis Aparicio, who's 0 for 3. And I think we're going to go to the bullpen now. Top of the order, Aparicio, then Snyder's on deck. So we have righty, lefty, righty, righty. John Wyatt in 66, these are the real stats. Righty's only hit 178 off of him. Don McMahon, righty's only hit 219 and lefty's 250. We're gonna go with damn, we got lefty. White gets Aparicio. Snyder comes up. He's a lefty. We're gonna go to McMahon. McMahon will come in. Let's see if I want to do a double switch. No. So McMahon will come in with 1 out. Go ahead run at second, and Paul Blair, the pinch runner. McMahon in the retro replay. 5 wins, 2 losses, 6 saves. His earned run average 4.37. In actuality, in 66, 8 wins, 7 losses, 9 saves. Earned run average 2.65. I don't think Aparicio would bunt. Would he try to lay down one? 10 out of 10 bunter. I guess we got to respect that. Player corners in. We have to respect it. Corners are in. Foy in at third. Scott in at first. McMahon's done with his warm-up tosses. Ryan has a quick word with him back behind the plate. Aparicio steps to the box. The windup and the pitch to Louis Aparicio. And he strikes him out! He strikes him out. 2 away. McMahon gets the ball back, slaps his glove, and now here comes Snyder. Snyder's 1 for 3. Blair will be off on contact. Off on contact with 2 outs, and such a tremendous base runner, Paul Blair. He's going to score on a base hit. Here's Snyder. First base is open. But we're not going to walk Snyder to get to Frank Robinson, that's for sure. So McMahon, 1 out away from getting out of this jam for the Red Sox. Snyder 1 for 3. Blair will be off on contact with 2 outs. Snyder glares in. Glares out towards the mound. McMahon glares in towards the plate. Ryan flashes the fingers. McMahon's ready to work. Here's the pitch to Snyder. And that is a double to right. No, it's a single. Calignier is able to hold him to his signal, but the run scores. 2-1 Orioles. I have played so many games like this for the 66 Red Sox. So with 2 outs, Frank Robinson comes to the plate. Lee Stange, who pitched a beautiful game, is on the hook for the loss now. Robinson, 39 home runs on the year. McMahon wants to get this last out and keep it a 1-run ball game. Scott holding Snyder on at first. McMahon's ready to work. Here's the pitch to Frank Robinson. And that ball is long gone to left. Robinson gets his 40th home run. It's now 4-1 Baltimore. As what a wonderfully pitched game has just gone down the drain. Here comes Brooks Robinson. He's 0 for 2. McMahon up to 16 pitches. He's good for 55. Not very happy with himself. Ryan goes out to the mound to calm him down. Let's get this last out. Get it to our batters. Brooks Robinson steps to the plate. The windup and the pitch by McMahon. And that's a single up the middle. And again, the Red Sox are getting their pen ready. Here comes Bruce Powell. He is a lefty. But McMahon's our best pitcher against lefties. So it's McMahon's inning here. And it's Powell and Belfry. Robinson's at first. Scott holding him on. The Orioles have exploded for 4 runs here in the 8th. A home run, a single, and then a 2-run homer by Frank Robinson. The windup and the pitch to Boop Powell. And he walks Powell. first and second now. The wheels have come off the bus, folks, for the Boston Red Sox here at Memorial Stadium. Ryan goes out again. Scott meets him on the mound. McMahon nods his head. Players back to their position. Play free 0 for 3. McMahon and the Red Sox want to make him 0 for 4. Ryan sets the target. Here's the pitch by McMahon. Fly ball to Clignari. Races to the corner, reaches up and makes the catch. So Tony C makes a wonderful catch in the right field corner for the third and final out, but the damage was done 4 times. We go to the top of the 9th. The Orioles take a 4-1 lead thanks to the home run by Johnson. Then the single that knocked in Blair, the pinch runner. And then the 2-run homer by Frank Robinson. So, 2 up for the Red Sox. Thomas, Casco, and Demeter, but Thomas will be called back for Carl Yastrzemski. Yaz was having the day off because of a left-handed starter. So here comes Yaz in to pinch hit for Thomas, who is 0 for 3. Yaz has struggled in 66 so far in this retro replay. 247, 9 home runs, 61 RBIs. In actuality, for the whole year, mind you, 278. It's gonna be tough for him to get up to 278. He's got to go on a huge streak with 16 home runs and 80 RBIs. Again, it's gonna be tough to hit those numbers. So, and now out on the mound trying to save the game, Eddie Fisher. Fisher on the retro replay, 3 wins, 5 losses, 6 saves, 2.39 earned run average. In actuality, 5 and 3 with 13 saves, 2.64. Fisher has struggled with his control in the retro replay, though. 15 walks, 15 strikeouts. New catcher for the Orioles is Andy Etchenbarren. Very good defensive catcher. And the new left fielder is Woody Held, been brought in for defensive purposes. Other than that, everything's the same. Yastrzemski will take. Here's the pitch by Fisher. Ball 1. Yaz to take again. Strike 1. 1-1 count. Yastrzemski's ready. Ready to grip and rip. Looking for a base hit here. Something he can drive hard. Etchenbarren sets the target. The windup and the pitch by Eddie Fisher. And Yastrzemski grounds to Johnson for out number 1. Yaz, his struggles continue. As Max Cornelius in the chat says, I turned away for a minute, damn Orioles. Chris from Stratomatic, Delaware. Remember, check out Stratomatic, Delaware, a wonderful channel. It breaks my heart, man. I played so many games like this. They're fun. I'm trying to get the Reds. I'm trying to get them over 72 wins. I think they had 72 wins in 66 in reality. And again, I don't use the as-played lineups because I'm managing the team in this one. Transactions are legit, so the transactions that come and go if a player gets hurt and stuff like that. If I overuse them too much, I can't play them for a while. It's happened. All right, here comes Casco, and Casco 269, 1 home run, 4 RBIs. I want to know what Casco hits in the replay off righties. He didn't do well in reality, but off righties, what did he hit? And yeah, he's horrible in real and replay, so Casco will be called back. And we're going to go with Jose Tartable. We'll pinch hit. We'll figure out who plays short if we tie the ball game up or go ahead. I don't think I have another shortstop. Petrocelli's unavailable. I overused him. Alright, here's Tartable. Jose Tartable, father of Danny. 216 the retro replay. 13 RBIs. In reality, he batted 289 off right-handed pitching. Hopefully he can get a little of that reality magic. It'll be taking. Here's the pitch by Fisher. Strike 1. Fisher's in there with the off-speed pitch, the knuckleball. No balls, 1 strike. Tartable's ready. Etchenberry sets the target. Here's the pitch to Jose Tartabull. Grounder to Brooks Robinson, who fires to Powell, out number 2. The Orioles are 1 out away from a comeback victory here. They lead 4-1, 2 outs, top of the 9th. 1 out away from staying in that pennant race. 1 out away from sending their fans home happy. 1 out away from sending the Boston Red Sox to a 4-game losing streak. It's up to Don Demeter, who's 3 for 4 today. His average now .299. Trying to keep the Red Sox alive. Eddie Fisher gets the sign from Etchenberry. Here's the pitch to Demeter. And that is a hard ground ball to Powell. He just beats Demeter to the bag. The Orioles come all the way back to win 4-1 with 4 runs in the bottom of the 8th. And the Red Sox have lost 4 straight now and fall 4 games under 500. I'd like to thank Max Cornelius in the chat. Stratomatic Delaware, check out his channel, wonderful channel, Strat-O-Matic Delaware. And that's Chris who runs that channel. Check it out, absolutely wonderful card and dice channel. Baseball, hockey, football, golf, and more. He's absolutely wonderful with his live streams. Witty and charming, and most of all, pleasant and funny. All right. Well, another tough luck loss for my 1966 Red Sox. The winning pitcher was Hall. The tough luck loser, Lee Stange. Player of the game, starting pitcher for the Orioles, Bertana. Let's bring up the box score real quick. The box score will be up momentarily. Hey, Ken. How you doing, buddy? Red Sox took it on the chin, 4-1. Lee Stange was pitching beautifully until the 8th. And the wheels on the bus, instead of going round, 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 went off, off, off. Let's quickly go to the box score and come back with another game in about 5 minutes. All right, let's go to the pitching. And Lee Stange was a tough luck loser. His record now goes to 12 wins, 9 losses. He pitched 7 in the 3rd innings, 4 hits, 2 runs. They were both earned. 1 home run. That was to Johnson. That tied the game to lead off the 8th. Walked 2, struck out 1. McMahon came in, pitched 2/3 of an inning. He struggled. 3 hits, 2 runs, both earned. 1 home run. It was a 2-run blast by Frank Robinson. Walked 1, struck out 1. Bertana for the Orioles, 7 1/3, 5 hits, 1 run. It was unearned due to an error. I believe the error was actually on him. Either him or Aparicio. I think it was on him. Orioles had 3 errors in the game, 2 by Bertana and 1 by the very sure-handed Luis Aparicio, which was a shocker. He walked 7. The Red Sox never capitalized on that. They threatened over and over again, but couldn't get that big hit. He struck out 1. He threw 141 pitches. Hall got the win. He pitched 2/3 of an inning. 0s across the board. Fisher got the save. 1 inning, 0s across the board. Let's go to the batting. Thomas started in left for Yastrzemski because of the left-handed pitcher. He was 0 for 3 with a walk. Yaz came in to pinch hit. He was 0 for 1. Casco was 1 for 3 with a walk. Tartabull pinch hit for Casco. He was 0 for 1. Demeter 3 for 5. Tony Caligiero 0 for 2 with a run scored, and he walked twice. George the Boomer Scott 1 for 3. He walked once, and he struck out once. Foy 0 for 3 with a walk. Ryan 0 for 4. Smith, the second baseman, 0 for 2 with a walk. Jones, the pinch hitter, 0 for 1. Stange, the pitcher, 0 for 4. McMahon pitched and not hit. The Red Sox, 32 at-bats, 1 run. It was unearned. 5 hits, no runs knocked in. It was an error. That's right, it was an error by the pitcher. So it was on Bertana. 7 walks, 1 strikeout. 20 runners left on base. Ouch. Now for the Baltimore Orioles in victory. Aparicio, they kept him in check, 0 for 4 with a strikeout. Snyder, 2 for 4, a run scored, an RBI. Frank Robinson, 2 for 4, 2 RBIs, a run scored, a home run, and a double. Brooks Robinson, 1 for 3 with a walk. Powell, 0 for 3 with a walk. Blafery, 0 for 4 with a strikeout. Held came in to play defense in left, did not at bat. Johnson, the second baseman, 1 for 2, a run scored. He had that home run and a walk. Haney, the catcher, 1 for 3. Blair pinch ran, scored a run. Etchenberry came in defensively in the top of the ninth, did not get an at bat. Bertena, the starting pitcher, 0 for 2. Hall, Bowens, and Fisher pitched, did not bat. So the Orioles in victory, in that 4-1 victory, 29 at-bats, 4 runs, 7 hits, 4 RBIs, 3 walks, 2 strikeouts, 1 double, no triples, 2 home runs. They came in the bottom of the 8th, led them to 4 runs in the victory, left 12 runners on base. The team batting average, .274. For the Red Sox, the team batting average of the players playing, .250. Let's go to the recap. In the first, Boston failed to score on a hit, a walk, and an error. Squander number 1. In the fourth, the Red Sox finally scored a run on a hit, a walk, and an error. Ryan hit a grounder. Bertena made an error. Boston led 1-0. It was the only run Boston would get, and it held up to the bottom of the 8th, folks. Because in the 5th, Boston had an opportunity. They failed to score. 2 hits and a walk. In the 7th, they had an opportunity. They failed to score, a hit and 2 walks. In the 8th, Baltimore finally got their opportunity, and they blew the doors wide open. They sent 9 batters to the plate, scoring 4 runs on 5 hits and a walk. Bob Johnson hit a solo home run, tied the game at 1. Russ Snyder singled, scoring Blair, the pinch runner, and made it 2-1 Baltimore. And Frank Robinson put the final 2 nails in the coffin, a 2-run blast to make it 4-1. Don Demeter for the Red Sox was 3 for 5. Frank Bertena, the pitcher for the Orioles, 2 errors. Bob Johnson, 1 for 2 with a home run. Frank Robinson, 2 for 4, double, a home run, and 2 RBIs. Dick Hall picked up the win. Eddie Fisher, the save. Lee Stange, very solid 7 1/3 innings, the tough luck loser. Once again, I'd like to say thank you to Ken Castro, Max Cornelius, Clinton Parks, who just jumped in. I didn't see you, my friend. I'm going to have another game coming up in about 5 minutes. And Stratomatic Delaware, Chris. So that's Ken Castro, Max Cornelius, Clinton Parks, and Stratomatic Delaware with Chris. Check out his channel. Absolutely wonderful. Also, go to my page and see the channels I follow that I have featured and related, and also just the other channels. All wonderful people. Thank you very much, gentlemen, for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I'm going to be back anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes with another game. The Boston Red Sox lose in Baltimore, the 1966 retro replay, 4-1. Very good game. Stange, tough luck loser. The Red Sox now fall to 65 wins and 69 losses. Baltimore, 76 wins, 52 losses. Health, happiness. Till next time. Bye-bye, and God bless.